All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight on Bogus Videography as we kick off the 2024 season for the Central Chargers. Tonight, I'm joined by 2023 senior Spencer Skidmore. He'll be up here providing some insight for us throughout the game, talking to us about his collegiate career that just kicked off. But for tonight, in the starting lineup for the Chargers, we've got 6 returning faces and 3 new ones out there for them. So starting at third base tonight is Bryce Hammond. Shortstop Devin Paxton. Second base Kenson Wilcox. First base Tyler Oakes. From left to right in the outfield, we've got Ryan Moore. In left, Aiden Plemons in center and Hunter Rayburn in right. On the mound tonight is Zach Derrick. He anchored the Central pitching staff last year with an 8-3 record and a 3.585 ERA. First pitch is fouled down the third baseline there for a 0-1 count. Leading off for Sequoyah is the left fielder Ashton Stamey. Derrick misses out and up to bring it to 1-1 count. Catches the outside corner there to bring it to 1-2. We want to say a special thank you tonight to Bojangles as they provided the pregame meal for the Chargers. They greatly appreciate it. Umpire gives him the outside corner. That's a backwards K to start the game for Zach Derrick and the Chargers. They'll bring one out for the Chargers. Coming up for the Chiefs is shortstop Josh Britton. Spencer, talk to us a little bit. Tell us where you're at, what you're doing, and how everything's going.
Everything's going pretty good. Right now I'm at King University, enjoying it, getting to know some new faces, playing with some pretty cool guys that have been there for a while. Playing center field and on the bump some. But everything, school, baseball, and both aspects are going really well. Classes going pretty good. Just a lot of change to get used to there.
Awesome.
And it's very interesting.
Well, we'll catch back up with you in a few minutes. Right now we've got a 2-2 count. My apologies. It was a 3-1 count there, and the miss is outside for ball 4. That puts Paxton on first base. That puts Britton on first base with a walk, bringing up pitcher Ryan Hall. Couldn't have asked for better weather tonight. It sounds like you've been getting a little bit of different weather up in Bristol.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold the past 2 to 3 months.
Ground ball right back up the middle. Derrick fields it, flips to the shortstop Paxton, who fires to first for a double play, and that ends the inning for the Chargers. Couldn't ask for a better start as we end up with a 3-up, 3 down there. As we come back in, the Chargers will be led off by Hunter Rayburn, playing right field, number 12. Last year he hit .302. Hitting second behind him will be Devin Paxton, the shortstop, number 7, recent transfer into Central. And then hitting third will be pitcher Zach Derrick, who hit .319 for the Chargers last year. With that being said, we'll be right back.
Companion Funeral Home.
Welcome back as we head to the bottom of the first. Zach Derrick and the Central defense got a 3-up, 3-down there thanks to a 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. Leading off for the Chargers will be number 12, Hunter Rayburn, playing right field tonight. He's one of the 6 returners that are in the starting lineup for the Chargers.
The right fielder, number 12, Hunter Rayburn.
We want to give a big thank you also to TennesseeWon'tBeSilent.com. They're the main sponsor for our broadcast tonight, so thank you. It wouldn't be possible without you. Misses low and away there to bring the count to 1-0 for Hunter Rayburn. Change up down gets him swinging to bring the count to 1-1. Hunter's one that they're going to lean on big time for the Chargers this year. He provided valuable minutes as a freshman, valuable innings rather as a freshman last year. Showed some pop with leading the team in home runs last year with 3. He swings at the third pitch there to bring it to a 1-2 count. Misses low and away, bringing the count back to even at 2-2. Sets up outside, misses outside. Rayburn tossed his bat, but I believe it's a full count. It'd be 3-2. So couldn't ask for a better at bat from your leadoff man, drawing a full count here to start the opening game of the 2024 season for the Chargers. Hanging curveball, Rayburn hits it well to left field. Left fielder's playing shallow. He burns him. We're seeing numbers out there. Rayburn rounds first, headed to second for a stand-up double. And ladies and gentlemen, you couldn't ask for a better start to the 2024 season than a leadoff double by one of your 6 returning starters. That's going to bring up transfer Devin Paxton, who's playing shortstop for the Chargers. He's wearing number 7. He'll come up with Rayburn on second.
Second spot in the order for the Chargers, number 7, Devin Paxton.
Chargers wearing all white tonight. Very good-looking uniform. Chiefs in a black top and gray bottoms. Paxton hits one over the shortstop's head for a single. Looks like it's going to be an RBI single for Paxton. Rayburn coming home. Comes in diving head first, and Paxton takes second on the throw home, so that'll be a single. RBI single for Paxton. Again, great start for the Chargers. That's going to bring up Zach Derrick, who's on the bump for the Chargers tonight, wearing number 2. He hit .319 for the Chargers last year. He's another one that the Chargers are going to lean heavily on this year, both on the defensive side and with his stick. So he comes up with Paxton on second base. He takes his lead. Pitcher hangs a curveball. Derrick swings through it. Brings us to a 0-1 count. Derrick is definitely crowding the plate. Catcher sets up outside. He misses his spot but catches the inside corner with a fastball to bring it to an 0-2 count. 0-2 count, runner on second, and Paxton. Chargers leading 1-0. Misses outside, 1-2 count. The right side of the infield is wide open for Derrick if he can take a ball the other way. Sequoyah pitcher misses outside. Derrick battles back to an even 2-2 count. Again, Paxton on second base after an RBI single. He advanced on the throw home that scored Rayburn. Large aggressive lead for Paxton at second. He hangs another curveball, and Derrick puts a charge into it, but looks like center fielder's going to camp under it. Paxton, he fakes going to third and goes back to second, so that will bring up Tyler Oakes, hitting in the cleanup spot for the Chargers tonight, number 25. He's playing first base. He'll also be big for the Chargers on both sides of the ball this year. He hit .240 for the Chargers last year while holding down the number 2 spot in the rotation. Him and Derrick will be big for the Chargers on the hill this year. See if Tyler can get us on the board again and drive in Paxton, or at least move him over to third. Swings through a changeup on the outside corner. 0-1 count. Paxton with another aggressive lead at second. He's and he throws behind him. He throws it away, so that's going to be an E1. And Paxton rounds third, thinking about going home, but he goes back to third wisely. 1 out. We don't want to make second out at home plate. Now we need Oaks. Chargers need Oaks to get the ball into the outfield to score Paxton from third. So that moves Paxton up third base on the E1. Been talking about Paxton's aggressive lead, and it paid off. You could tell he had the pitcher's attention, and he turned to throw to second, threw it over the shortstop's head. Looks like Sequoiah's pitcher, Ryan Hall, is opting to be in the windup with Paxton on third. Left-handed Oaks at the plate. Misses outside with a curveball. I believe that brings the count to 1-1. He hangs one to Oaks, and he fouls it down the first baseline. That brings it to 1-2. Spencer, what would you do in this situation if you were Tyler? Are you choking and poking, or what are you doing?
Usually I would widen out my stance and just keep your hands at a position where you can quickly just move them through the zone. Anything close, just if you have to, keep fouling off until you can either get a ground ball or a shot over someone's head here.
Are you, as a lefty, you hit left-handed as well? So
Yes.
did I. Are you looking to pull the ball here to get this run in from third?
What I would probably do is just think straight up in the middle, either low or just a tad bit over the pitcher's head, just to get a blooper in there so the runner from third can score and have plenty of time.
Oaks swings through a changeup there and goes down swinging for 2 outs. That puts Paxton at third base, and that brings up another returner in Aiden Plemons, multi-sport star here at Central for the Chargers. He's playing center field tonight. He's going to be another bat that the Chargers lean on this year. He hit .226 last year, and we will see if he can come through here with 2 outs. 2-out runs are big. Swings and fouls one straight back. He was right on it. Fouled it straight back over the backstop. Falls behind 0-1. Misses up and out to bring it to a 1-1 count. Curveball catches the outside corner. Plemons was hesitant on that one, but he takes it for a strike. That brings it to a 1-2 count. Paxton on third base. Hall in the windup for Sequoyah. Sets up outside, but misses up and in to bring it to a 2-2 count. Chargers are making Hall throw some pitches here in the first. That's always a good start. Misses low and outside as Plemons brings it to a full count. Chargers leading 1-0 after Paxton drove in Rayburn to start the game. Fouls another one straight back. A good battle we've got going here as it remains a full count. Paxton on third base. Aiden Plemons at the plate. Number 1 rocking some fancy pink cleats there.
Yeah.
Hangs a curveball. He ropes it down the left field line, but it's going to curve out of play. Good swing there from Plemons, just a hair early. You're pitching here. You spend a little time on the bump. What are you throwing right here?
I might try to get him to go high. I'd probably throw one where above his hands, try to get him to either pop one up or go low and get him to ground one or strike him out.
He gives him the outside corner. Looks like the umpire's going to give us some on the outside corner. Hopefully Derek can take advantage of that. Plemons goes down looking, but the Chargers take a 1-0 lead on Paxton's RBI single to left. Drove home Hunter Rayburn, who led off the game with a double. Chargers take a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the second. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. It's a pretty evening here at the ballpark. Great first inning for the Chargers as they get a leadoff double from Hunter Rayburn, and Paxton knocks one into left center and brings him home from second. Zach Derrick on the hill for the Chargers. He had a 1-2-3, finished with a 1-6-3 double play in the first. Up for the Chiefs, we've got the catcher, Luke Brackett. Derrick misses low to bring it to a 1-0 count. Catches the outside corner. Hopefully he can live out there, Spencer. He's getting that outside corner. That's a great pitch from a left-handed pitcher. Brings it to a 1-1 count. Tries it again, but misses outside to bring it to a 2-1 count. I think it'll be a little bit of adjustment for the Chargers pitchers with the turf mound this year. It looks great out there. It's just a big difference from dirt.
Standing behind it, it looks really tall, but getting up on there seemed pretty much the same, but big difference.
Looks really good. Coach Shep and his team are putting in a lot of work here at the field. The field looks great. Swings and misses at an outside fastball. I believe that brings the count to 2-2. Sets up outside again. Check swing, foul. Count remains 2-2. Zach Derrick on the bump, and we've got Corbin Frisbee as his counterpart behind the dish with Sequoyah's catcher Luke Brackett at the plate with a 2-2 count. Derrick beats him inside, slow roller to Paxton at short, makes a great play and throws him out at first by a couple of steps. That's a great play. That's a tough play on a slow roller. But Paxton makes it look easy and gets the first out at first. That will bring up center fielder Bryson Raper. He'll be batting with 1 out and nobody on.
Fifth in the order for the Chiefs, the center fielder, number 6, Bryson Raper.
Raper wearing number 6, playing center field, hitting on the right side tonight against the left-handed Derrick. Pounds him inside with a fastball, ground ball to third base, and he gets him at first. And that's Bryce Hammond with a nice play on a one-hopper there at third base. Throws a strike to Oaks for 2 outs, 2 quick outs.
6th spot in the order for the Chiefs, number 29, Levi Johnson.
Derrick is pounding the strike zone and it's paying off. His boys are playing well behind him. That brings up number 29, Levi Johnson, playing third base for the Chiefs tonight. He also bats right-handed. Nice changeup low and in there. Has him out in front, swing and a miss for an 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The bases are empty. Tries to go back with the same pitch, bounces it in there, brings it to a 1-1 count. Puts a charge on it into left center field. He's rounding first, going into second. He goes into second with a head-first slide for a double, and the Chiefs' first hit of the night. That'll put a man on second for Logan Johnson, who's wearing number 5 tonight, playing right field. Frisbee heads out to the mound to talk with Derrick for a quick second, and he heads back.
7th spot in the order for the
Frisbee's
Chiefs,
a big
number
kid back
5,
there behind
Logan
the
yeah.
dish.
He came in last year a couple times and hit in the cage with us guys, and pretty interesting seeing him out here. Love it.
Runner on second, 2 outs. Derrick on the hill. Swing and a miss on a low and inside what appeared to be a changeup that had him out in front. 0-1 count, no balls, 1 strike. Runner on second. Got Kenson Wilcox, who was the catcher last year, playing second, holding the runner close at second base. I can't imagine Derrick's too concerned out there. Strike right down the middle. Check swing strike. That brings us to an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Chargers lead 1-0 over the Chiefs. Slow roller back to Derek. He bobbles it but has plenty of time. Throws a strike to Oaks and gets the third out at first base. Another good inning. Sequoyah leaves one runner stranded on second. A 1-3 put out gets the third out for the Chargers. As we come back in, we're going to have Corbin Frisbee, Bryce Hammond, and Ryan Moore for the Chargers as we head to the bottom of the second, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back as we head to the bottom of the second. We've got a 1-0 lead for the Chargers. We're going to have Corbin Frisbee, Bryce Hammond, and Ryan Moore leading us off. Spencer Skidmore joining me tonight, 2023 senior, who Chargers had an excellent year last year. Came up a little short of the goal, but it'd be hard-pressed to say it wasn't a very good year, Spencer.
Yeah. It was very unfortunate how it ended, but I thought we had the best shot.
Frisbee swings through the first pitch, down 0-1. Paints the outside corner there, looking for an 0-2 count, no balls, 2 strikes. Corbin Frisbee, the catcher, number 22 at the plate. Bounces one in there, lays off. 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Number 22, Corbin Frisbee, catching tonight at the plate. Changeup paints the outside corner. Frisbee goes down looking. That's going to bring up Bryce Hammond, number 5, another returning player for the Chargers who saw a lot of valuable innings last year as a freshman, both on the hill and hitting as well as coming in as a defensive replacement at times. Mm-hmm. He had a lot of big innings there at the Sub-State game at Union County last year. He peppers one out to right center. That ball's hit well, but it looks like the right fielder's going to camp under it. Hammond puts a drive into it on the first pitch to right field, but comes up a little short. It's going to be a F9 for the second out. That's going to bring up Ryan Moore, wearing number 17 and playing left field. Another new face for the Chargers this year. Misses up, 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs for the Chargers. Gets the outside corner there for taking a second pitch strike, bringing it to a 1 ball, 1 strike count. 2 outs, nobody on. Ryan Hall working from the windup. Chases one up, fouls it straight back to bring it to a 1-2 count. Like to see Moore fight off some pitches here and run a few pitches up for Hall. They had a good first inning, making him throw a lot of pitches. He misses low there to bring it to a 2-2 count. Saw several full counts in the first inning. That's a good start for your opening game. Nasty curveball there from Hall, and that catches Ryan Moore looking as it starts at his shoulder, breaks onto the inside corner for strike 3. And that ends the inning for the Chargers. They go 1, 2, 3. Kenson Wilcox will lead us off when we come back. For the Chiefs coming up in the top of the third, we're going to have Drew Sasser, Tristan Tipton, and then it'll roll back to the top of the lineup with Ashton Stamey. And we'll be back in just a few minutes.
The top half of the third inning. Batting
All right,
for the
welcome back.
Chiefs,
Top of the
number
third.
17,
We've got Drew Sasser wearing number 17 playing first base for the Chiefs. Comes up on the left side of the plate. Again, thank you tonight to our sponsor, TennesseeWon'tBeSilent.com. I had never heard of them coming in tonight, but it appears to be a very cool foundation. It raises suicide awareness. We greatly appreciate them sponsoring and making this broadcast possible tonight. Swing and a miss. I believe that brings it to a 1-1 count.
That was a nasty
Derek's
pitch.
bringing the heat. It looked like a little cutter there that we saw. Blew it right by him to bring it to a 1-2 count. That's a tough pitch on a left-handed hitter. He tries it again but misses up and in. Put everything he had behind that one. Just misses up and in. Brings it to a 2-2 count. Tries the same pitch again, fouls it straight back. Remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. If you're Derek, what are you mixing in right here on a 2-2 count after throwing 3 straight fastballs up and in?
I'd probably slow it down a little bit, get it low, next to Frisbee's knees probably. So it's breaking down. Well, that's
Threw a changeup low and out, slides side, slow roller to second base. Wilcox fields it on the run, throws a strike to Oaks for the first out. So that'll go down as a 4-3 put out for the first out of the top of the third. That brings up Tristan Tipton hitting in the 9-hole for the Chiefs, wearing number 24, playing second base in the very back of the batter's box. Looks like that ball clipped him in his toe. He's going to take first base with a hit by pitch. And that rolls it back to the top of the lineup for the Chiefs. That's going to bring up Ashton Stamey.
For the Chiefs, the left fielder, number 12,
In the top of the first, Derek mowed him down with a backwards K. First time we're going to get to see some action with Derek throwing with a runner on first tonight. Gets the outside corner. It's a great pitch. He's going to keep giving it, keep living right there. It's a great pitch from Derek to bring it to no balls, 1 strike, runner on first for the Chiefs with 1 out. Oaks holding the runner on at first. Very, very conservative lead. A little delayed still.
Oh,
Frisbee throws behind the runner.
got to hold
But the
that.
runner breaks on the throw down to first and takes second on a delayed still. So that moves him up to second base. That's Tristan Tipton, who was just hit by a pitch. He moves to second base, and that brings it to a 1 ball, 1 strike count, 1 out with leadoff hitter Ashton Stamey up, who's playing left field for the Chiefs tonight. Derek on the hill, Wilcox holding the runner on at second. Barely makes contact there, fouls it straight back to bring it to a 1-2 count. Strikeout here would be big for the Chargers. Outfield playing pretty shallow out there, especially Clemens in center. This outfield's big.
Yeah, that's a lot of ground to cover.
Derek turns and looks with no throw. Tipton goes diving back into second. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Chargers currently lead 1-0 as we sit in the top of the third inning. Stamey steps out, calls quick time. Derek toes the rubber and we'll get back into action. Swing and a miss on a up and out pitch to mow him down for a swinging strikeout. That'll be 2 outs, runner on second for shortstop Josh Britton. He walked in the top of the first.
Josh Britton.
So that was Derek's second strikeout of the game. Paints the outside corner very nicely to get ahead. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. Tristan Tipton on second base for the Chiefs after a delayed steal. Looks like we've got the left fielder shading towards the left center gap. Right fielder playing straight up. Clemens a hair towards left center. Fouls it down the first base line. Derek quickly ahead. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. If I'm Derek right here, I'm pounding him with a curveball at his feet. That's what I'm going with. But he's been loving that outside fastball, so it's going to be one of those two in my opinion. He steps off to turn and look Tipton back into second base. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chargers lead 1-0 here in the top of the third over the Sequoyah Chiefs. Looks Tipton back and comes home. Paints the outside corner, but it's fouled down the right field line. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Now I'm definitely coming inside with something after 3 straight outside fastballs. A little off speed down and in, I think would be a money pitch for Derek.
He's a tad bit behind on the ones outside, so one inside might do some justice here.
Yeah, you think he's sitting fastball more than likely?
I would say so.
Throws a curveball outside, but right back to Derek. Fields it on one hop, flips it underhand to Oaks, gets the third out, leaves the runner stranded on second for the Chargers. So that'll be a 1-3 put out for the third out. That'll head us to the bottom of the third. We're going to have Kenson Wilcox, and then it rolls back to the top of the order with Hunter Rayburn and Devin Paxton, who got the party started for the Chargers in the top of the first. So we'll see what the Chargers can do here as we head to the bottom of the third. We'll be right back.
If you need something to eat or drink. For the Chargers here in the bottom of the third.
All right, welcome back. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Chargers currently leading 1-0. Kenson Wilcox, another returner from last year who held down the catcher spot for the Chargers. Oh, he takes an outside strike. It's a pretty lenient outside corner, but he's calling it both ways. Derek taking advantage of it as well. No balls, 1 strike. Wilcox swings through a changeup, brings us to a quick no ball, 2 strike count. Nobody on, nobody out as Wilcox leads off the bottom of the third, then we'll roll it to Hunter Rayburn. Fouls an outside curveball to remain alive at no balls, 2 strikes. Last year, Wilcox, as a freshman, was the primary catcher for the Chargers, and he did very, very well. They're going to lean on him heavily this year, but this year he's moved out to second base, at least for tonight. Fastball inside, he fights it off straight back. Remains no balls, 2 strikes. But going on the 5th pitch of the at-bat already, that's a great start from your leadoff guy in the bottom of the third. Curveball catches the outside corner, puts Wilcox down looking for the first out of the third. That's going to roll it to the top of the lineup for Hunter Rayburn, number 12, playing right field tonight. He started the party for the Chargers in the top of the first with a double, later scoring on Paxton's RBI single to left center. Swinging at the first pitch, pops it up into the infield. Sort of in no man's land. First baseman, he camps under it, then drops it, so that's going to be an E3. And Plemons is going to reach first base with 1 out. That's going to roll it to Devin Paxton, who has the only RBI of tonight as he hit one into left center, scoring Rayburn from second and taking second on the throw home. So he's coming up with Rayburn back on first base.
Second spot in the order for the Chargers, the shortstop, number 7, Devin Paxton.
Paxton playing shortstop for the Chargers, wearing number 7. Pitch misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Big looping curveball there from Hall. Catches the inside corner, brings it to 1 ball, 1 strike. I'd say Paxton would like to have that pitch back here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
That ball hung up on him, but it fooled him a little bit. Takes it for a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Rayburn breaks on the pitch, throws a little offline, and he takes second on a steal. Chargers remaining aggressive. That was one thing last year that they were very proud of, is being very aggressive on the bases, and that paid dividends for them. And it looks like that same story is going to hold true this year as Rayburn takes second with a stolen base. That brings Paxton back into the box with a 2-1 count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Rayburn on second. Similar scenario as we had in the top of the first, and Paxton was able to put one over the shortstop's head to score Rayburn, so we'll see if we can repeat. He hits it to left center, and is it going to fall? Nope, shortstop camps under it for the second out. So that brings up Zach Derrick, who's on the hill for the Chargers tonight, wearing number 2. He flew out to center field in the top of the first, but put a good charge into it, just hung up on him. So we'll see if he can find a hit here to score Rayburn from second. Swings at a low and outside curveball, fouls it into his own dugout. So it's no balls, 1 strike. Rayburn on second. Chargers leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the third with 2 outs. Derrick crowding the plate as a right-handed hitting left-handed pitcher.
Yeah. That's one thing I love to do, gives him a smaller target.
Rayburn takes off to third, and he beats the throw. Throw was a little to the shortstop side of third base. Rayburn dives into the inside part of third and takes third base. So 2 stolen bases for Rayburn in the inning as he gets on first on an error by the first baseman, takes second and third with stolen bases. That brings a 1-1 count for Derrick with Rayburn on third base. Hall opts back to the windup, throws one by Derrick to bring it to a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Rayburn on third again. Hall opting to go from the windup as he did in the first inning as well. Curveball misses way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Did you ever have any superstitions with a 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out count? Or is that an old thing and I'm showing my age?
Usually it's just the shake of a hat. That's
all right, and Derrick goes down. He blows one by him on the outside corner for a swinging strike 3. Rayburn stranded at third base. So Chargers lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the fourth for Sequoyah. You're going to have 3-hole hitter Ryan Hall, followed by Luke Brackett, and Bryson Raper. And we'll be right back.
think on that.
All right, welcome back as we head to the top of the fourth. Again, I've got Spencer Skidmore with me, right fielder and pitcher from last year's 2023 Central team that went to Sub-State. So, Spencer, Central had an incredible year last year, the biggest season they've had in several years. Put the program back on the map. So tell me a little bit, what was your favorite thing about last year?
Favorite thing?
I know that's hard.
I would have to say after the games, going in the locker room with all the guys and just having a good time, celebrating. Even on losses, we'd still all have a good time, just how close everybody was and just the all-around aspect of the team, just great guys getting along. It's how all teams should be.
That's great. Chemistry goes a long ways. Derrick paints the outside corner with the first pitch and then misses inside, brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Throws an outside fastball, slow roller to Paxton at short. Throws a strike to first to Oaks and gets the first out of the inning with a 6-3 putout. So that brings up Luke Brackett, number 7, and the catcher for the Chiefs.
Number 7, Luke Brackett.
So tell me, how different is the atmosphere in college baseball compared to high school?
Oh, it's a pretty drastic difference. The guys are pretty much the same, all focused on one thing. The connections are a lot stronger because of how long you can stay in college. But just great guys that show you the right things and wrong things to do on the field. Just really teachable moments. I've learned a lot that I wish I knew in high school, but the culture is definitely different because of how many guys are on a team. Because I think we have 47 altogether.
Wow.
And all 47 get along. There's not one person who, doesn't like somebody else. It's just a brotherhood type feel. So it's really nice.
That's great. Derek fell behind 3-0, but now he battles back to bring it to a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Again, we've got Brackett, the catcher for Sequoyah, hitting with 1 out, 3 ball, 2 strike count. His first at bat, he grounded out to Paxton at short. Derek misses up for ball 4. That puts Brackett on first base with 1 out. That brings Bryson Raper, the center fielder, to the plate.
Fifth spot in the order for the Chiefs.
His first at bat, he grounded out to third to Bryce Hammond
Raper.
for a 5-3 putout. So talking about the differences in college, I played in college as well. It's very different. You brought up a good point about the chemistry in college is a lot different than high school as well because you're living there together.
Yeah.
Which is a neat aspect that you don't see in high school. Derek throws a wild pitch there, misses outside off of Frisbee's mitt. That allows the pinch runner for Brackett to take second base. So that's Bryson Raper, center fielder for the Chiefs, hitting with 1 out, man on second, 1 ball, no strike count. Derek working from the stretch with Paxton holding the runner close at second. Shows bunt, pulls it back, pitch misses low and outside. So that's a 2-0 count. Interesting to show bunt there with 1 out already in the inning. They know that 1 run could be a game changer with Derek on the mound.
Yeah.
Shows bunt again, but he pulls back as Derek misses up and out. Brings a 3-0 count. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a visit from Shepard or Frisbee or both here in just a few minutes. Let Derek catch his breath. He's throwing very well. Just struggling finding the outside corner in this inning, but he'll dial it back in as he's three balls, no strike count. Paints the outside corner just like that to bring it back to a 3-1 count. Showed bunt again, but I have a feeling no intentions of ever bunting that baseball.
No.
He pulls back. 3 balls, 1 strike count. Runner on second base. Chargers leading 1-0 in the top of the 4th. Doesn't show bunt this time, but Derek misses again on the outside corner. So that puts runners on first and second. That's not the end of the world. Now you've got a chance for a double play, get out of the inning. And just like that, we do see a mound visit from Shepard. So he's going to come out, allow his star pitcher here to take a deep breath, remind him how well he's doing in the game. He just needs a chance to catch his breath and dial it back in, get the Chargers out of this inning. Because when we come back, we've got 4, 5, 6 with Oaks, Plemons, and Frisbee. So tell me, what was your favorite moment in a game last year? If you had to pick one, what was your favorite thing?
Oh.
Putting you on the spot.
I forget who we played, but it was at Sweetwater. And there was a foul ball hit over towards the right field fence, and me running over, kind of reaching over the fence and catching it. I've never done that before, and honestly, I didn't think I had it at first.
Oh, I remember that. That was against Marion County at
Marion,
Sweetwater.
yeah.
Yep, that was a big one. I'll never forget those Marion County games. We had some battles with them.
Yeah.
Ground ball gets through the 5-6 hole, out to left field.
No.
He decides to throw home. Runner scores, ties the game 1-1. That ball couldn't have been placed more perfectly in the 5-6 hole with Paxton shading towards second base and double played that just out of the reach of a diving Hammond. Almost made a great play on that to keep it in the dirt. But that puts runners back on first and second after an RBI single by Levi Johnson. And that scored the pinch runner for Luke Brackett from second base, so that ties the game at 1-1. here in the top of the fourth. Derek still on the mound, not holding the runner on at first base. It's Logan Johnson up to bat. He grounded one back to Derek. That would be big to get another ground ball right back to the pitcher right here. Doesn't get the call on the outside corner, so falls behind 1 ball, no strikes. Logan Johnson, the right fielder for the Chiefs. Runner takes off from second to third, double steal.
No. Ooh.
Hammond shows off the ups at third base there and keeps the ball in the infield. So it's going to be a double steal for the Chiefs, putting men on second and third. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Derek still on the hill. That ball missed up and out. So it looks like Shepard is bringing the corners in and the middle infield sort of playing halfway. Catches the outside corner with a great pitch to get back in it. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. See if Derek can show his grit that he showed all year last year on the mound for the Chargers. Get out of this inning, let his boys help him out at the plate. Turns and shows bunt. Sort of a safety squeeze there. The runner at third didn't take off, but he fouls it into his own dugout, so that brings it to a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Men on second and third. This will be a huge put out right here or a punch out for Zach Derrick if he can get it. What would you throw if it was you up there right now?
Honestly, I would try to get just an easy pop fly, a shallow pop fly, either in the outfield or the infield, because then that'll hold the runner at third from advancing, and then the runner at second from moving up and tagging on anything. So
I think you got to stick with your best pitch right here, which tonight has been a fastball in the outside corner. And that's exactly what he does, and he throws it right by him. That's a big-time pitch from Derek. Battle back from 2 balls, no strikes. Men on second and third for the punch-out. That's a huge strikeout for the Chargers. That gets us 2 outs. Men on second and third, tie game, 1-1 in the top of the fourth. That brings up Drew Sasser, who's the first baseman for the Chiefs. His last at bat, he grounded out to the second baseman, Wilcox, who threw a strike to Oaks to get the runner out at first base. That one misses low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. She do this to you at college, too? She bring you snacks up there?
No.
Fouls it over the third base dugout. Couldn't pass it up, Spencer. My apologies.
I know. It just had to
I might be a little jealous. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Derek choosing to go from the windup as he looks to punch out Drew Sasser and get out of with no more damage. Misses up and in with a fastball, so that brings it to a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Again, if I'm pitching, I don't want to give in to him here. You've got a free base at first base. You've got the 9-hole hitter coming up next, who only saw 1 pitch, and it was a hit by pitch in his last at bat. So, pass ball, wild pitch, and he misses, and then Frisbee flips it back to Derek past him. So that's going to allow 2 runs to score on the wild pitch, and then the E2 when he went to flip it back to Derek, it gets by him. A little bit of miscommunication. So that puts the Chiefs up 3-1 here in the top of the fourth. That's a big swing of events. There's a lot of baseball left, and the Chargers got the middle of their lineup coming up. So now we need Derek to really dig deep and get out of this inning as quick as possible and get the Chargers back up to the plate. So you don't see that often. You don't see a lot of 2-run scoring on pass ball or wild pitches like that. That was an interesting swing of events there.
The most important thing is not to give up on the play, because you could still find a way out of it.
Exactly. That's a great point. So Derek battles back. Foul ball straight back. So bases are empty. 2 outs. Chiefs now lead 3-1 in the top of the fourth. Derek just misses outside for ball 4. So that brings up 9-hole hitter Tristan Tipton, who was hit by a pitch in his last at bat.
9th spot in the order for the Chiefs, the second baseman, number 24, Tristan Tipton.
Can you tell if they've got anybody up down there?
Can't tell from where I'm at.
I can't imagine they do yet. Let Derek get out of this one.
Yeah.
So runner on first, Derek on the hill. First pitch fastball fouled straight back. 0-1 count. Runner on first and Drew Sasser, who is the first baseman for the Chiefs. Oaks holding him on at first. Tristan Tipton, the second baseman for the Chiefs, who was again hit by a pitch in his first at bat. Derek with a great pitch to get ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Had him out in front of a changeup. Fouled down the first baseline into his own dugout. So no balls, 2 strikes. See if Derek can dig deep to his favorite pitch right here and punch him out. He tries to go inside with this one, misses. Tipton tried to turn into that one but wasn't successful, so now it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Runner on first. Derek still got some room to play with. I don't think Sasser's going anywhere on first base. Throws a great pitch outside, but it's fouled straight back. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chiefs leading 3-1. Chargers led 1-0 going into the top of the 4th and had a tough break there on the wild pitch. Other than that, they've been playing solid defense tonight. Misses up and out with what appeared to be a slider, so that brings it to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first base, 2 outs.
Heading for the Chargers.
All right, welcome back as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Chiefs took a 3-1 lead there in the top of the 4th on some tough breaks for the Chargers, but now we got Tyler Oaks leading things off. Oh, and he swings at the first pitch and puts a right into it, but it hangs up and the center fielder tracks it down in the right center gap. But that's a great swing from Oaks, who was sitting dead red on the first pitch, and I can't say I blame him, but he flies out to right center.
Fifth batter in the order for the Chargers.
For the first out, that brings up Aiden Clemens, playing center field, wearing number 1 and those flashy cleats. He went down looking his first at bat in the first inning, so I can imagine he's itching to swing the bat. He takes a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Curveball bounces in there to bring it to a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Didn't get that one. That was a hair outside, so 2 balls, 1 strike for Clemens. That right center field gap is huge again. He does catch the outside corner on that one, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Left-handed center fielder shading towards the left center field gap, but he showed good range to run down Oaks. I didn't see where he was shading Oaks, but Clemens hits a ground ball to short. He's hustling it out at first, and the ball beats him by half a step. Excellent hustle from Clemens, but just not enough as the ball literally beats him by half a step for the second out. So that's going to be a 6-3 put out for the second out, bringing up Corbin Frisbee,
6th spot for the Chargers,
who went down looking in the first inning.
Corbin Frisbee.
So quick 2 outs for the Chargers in the top of the 4th. Frisbee hits a hard ball right back to the shortstop, who fields it clean, throws a low ball, and he throws it away. So that's going to be an E6 and allow Frisbee to take first. That could be the break the Chargers need, Spencer.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to get a pinch runner. Can we tell who that is? Austin Evans will be the pinch runner for Corbin Frisbee at first base.
Number 3,
Designated runner for the catcher. That'll roll it to Bryce Hammond,
who
hit it well to right field in his first at bat.
Bryce Hammond.
Showed good signs last year of some pop as a freshman, so we'll see what he can do here. Throws behind the runner at first base, but he's back easily. So again, 2 outs. Runner on first, running for Frisbee is Evans. Hammond takes a ball outside. It's a tough pitch to lay off with. They've been very lenient on the outside corner for both teams all night, but he lays off of a good pitch outside to bring it to a 1-ball, no-strike count. Hangs a curveball, but Hammonds decides to lay off, so he takes the first pitch or the second pitch strike to bring it to 1-ball, 1-strike, runner on first, and Evans, who is pinch running for Frisbee, the catcher. Hall still in the game for the Chiefs on the mound. Evans takes off for second, and he's out. So great throw from the catcher. Little offline, but the second baseman was in perfect position. So Evans is out at second on the 3-4. I'm sorry, the 2-4. Caught Stilling, and that will have Hammonds leading off for us as we head to the 5th. But for the Chiefs, we're going to have leading off. They're back to the top of the lineup again with Ashton Stamey leading off, then Josh Britton and Ryan Hall. Chiefs lead 3-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. We'll be right back.
Game tonight, you can see it and hear it on Bogus Videography. Join Ethan Starr and Spencer Skidmore with the play-by-play.
All right, welcome back as we head to the top of the 5th. Chargers currently trail 3-1 as the Chiefs took a 3-1 lead there in the top of the 4th. That's going to end the day for Zach Derrick, who goes out to right field. And that's going to bring in Bryce Hammond, who will also be leading off for the Chargers as we come back into hit here in a little bit. But Bryce Hammond, who had several really good innings in the Sub-State Series up at Union County last year. Bryce Hammond had the second most innings on the team last year as a freshman. He threw 39.1 innings, finished the year at 2-0 with 2 saves. And a 3.3 ERA. That's really good. You can't ask for much more than that from a freshman.
Pretty solid numbers for him.
So we'll see if he can get the Chargers back on track here, get a quick 1-2-3 inning and sit it in. Let him get the 3 outs here and then start us off with a bang in the bottom of the 5th. So for the Chiefs here, they roll it back to the top of the lineup. In the top of the 5th, it'll be Ashton Stamey, the left fielder, leading off. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. But now he faces right-handed Bryce Hammond. His approach is quite a bit different from Zach Derrick.
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, last year Hammond threw a lot of off-speed, whereas Derrick was pounding the zone with fastballs. So it's going to be a good mix. First pitch swinging ground ball to Paxson, who throws it low in the dirt, but Oaks picks it at first base. So great start, 1 pitch, 1 out for Hammond. Great play by Paxson and Oaks both. So that'll be a 6-3 put out on 1 pitch. And that brings up Josh Britton, the shortstop for the Chiefs, who walked in his first at bat and then grounded back to Derrick. So 1 out, nobody on. Hammond delivering from the stretch. There's that nice off speed that we were talking about. So he fools him with a first pitch curveball. He swings through it to bring it to a no ball, 1 strike count, 1 out, base is empty. Another curveball. That's a pretty pitch. Catches the middle of the plate that time. That had a lot of break on it. So it's no balls, 2 strikes, quickly ahead of Britton. Comes back with a fastball inside, missed his spot. He was supposed to be outside, missed inside, but he fouls it off into the third base dugout. So if I'm Hammond, I'm probably throwing that nice curveball again right here. Just had him. You threw 2 straight curveballs and the inside fastball, so now you've got him thinking. So now I'm going back to my money pitch, which is my curveball. And he does it. He hits it well up the middle, but hit it to Paxson. He bobbles it. Almost makes a play at first, but that's going to go down as an E6. That puts Britton on at first base
Third batter in the order for the Chiefs.
and rolls it to Ryan Hall, who is the pitcher for the Chiefs. hitting in the 3-hole. He's 0 for 2 on the night, hit into a double play, 1-6-3 to end the first, and then grounded out to Paxton in the 4th inning. Now he's back up to hit in the 5th inning after the Chiefs' big 4th. So he's hitting with a man on first, 1 out. Runner takes off, but he grounds it.
No.
Oh, and Paxton broke to second to cover the bag, leaving the 5-6 hole open. So a seeing eye single through the 5-6 hole, compliments of the steal. So a little hit and run action for the Chiefs. That puts runners on first and second with 1 out. And that's going to bring up Luke Brackett, who is first at bat in the 2nd inning, grounded out to Paxton at short, and then walked and later scored in the 4th inning. Another ground ball to Paxton would be big right here.
Oh, yeah. Good double play ball going.
Got Wilcox playing double play depth at second, so he's shaded towards second. Chiefs showed signs of bunts earlier. I would be surprised if they bunt here. But Hammond spins and no throw to second base. So no balls, no strikes. Fresh count to Brackett with a man on first and second. Large lead at first base. Oaks choosing not to hold him on in preparation for a potential bunt. Does not show bunt. Hammond pounds the strike zone with his curveball to get ahead. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out, men on first and second. Chargers currently trailing 3-1 in the top of the 5th. Very big lead at second. Doesn't go anywhere. Ground ball right back through Hammond, but Wilcox makes the play at second, so that's going to be a fielder, that's going to move the runners up to second and third, but get the out at first base for a 4-3 putout. As Wilcox makes a good play up the middle, went right through Hammond, but right to Wilcox, so that's going to be our second out of the inning. Men on second and third for Bryson Raper, who's 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to third base in the first and walked in the 4th, hitting with men on second and third and 2 outs. Hammond on the mound for the Chargers. Another first pitch curveball pop up to Oaks and gets out of the inning with no damage. That's big. So the F3 there to end the inning as Chiefs strand 2 men on. And that will send us to the bottom of the 5th, and we will have Hammond, Moore, and Wilcox coming up. That being said, we will be right back.
Family.
All right, welcome back. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Chargers currently trailing 3-1. We're going to have Hammond, who just came in to pitch there in the top of the 5th, got us out, leaving men stranded on second and third. He's going to lead us off. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Going to be followed by Moore and Wilcox. And again, thank you to our sponsors tonight, TennesseeWon'tBeSilent.com. If you're like me and didn't know who they were, be sure to check them out. It sounds like a great cause for suicide awareness. So be sure to check them out. We can't thank them enough for allowing this broadcast to be possible. And again, another thank you to Bojangles for feeding the Chargers prior to the game. They're another big staple in our McMinn County community. So Spencer, what's the weather like in Bristol right now?
It's probably
Headed to the bottom of the 5th.
40 to
Batting for the
50.
Chargers, number 16, Bryce Hammond.
It could have changed since I came home from spring break, but it's been pretty chilly up there.
Hammond fouls it straight back, falls behind, no balls, 1 strike. He put a good charge into his last one into the right center gap, but the right fielder was able to track it down. Right fielder shading him towards the line with the center fielder favoring a little towards left center, so his honey hole is wide open in right center if he can stay back. He ropes one down the left field line. It stays fair. It's not going to get to the corner, but he's rounding first. Going to play it conservative and go back to first, but that's a great leadoff single for Hammond as he puts a rope into one down the left field line for a leadoff single. That's going to bring up Ryan Moore playing left field for the Chargers tonight, number 17.
8th spot in the order for the Chargers, number 17, Ryan Moore.
Coming in there.
Courtesy runner on first base, number 15, Caden Shamley.
So with Hammond coming in to pitch, he now gets a pinch runner at first base, number 15. What was his name again?
Caden Shamley.
Caden Shamley. So Ryan Moore squares to bunt, misses down the right or the first baseline for a foul ball, falls behind. No balls, 1 strike. Here in the bottom of the 5th. It's been a perfect night for baseball with this crazy weather we've had. We couldn't have asked for a better night for opening night. Now I need the Chargers bats to wake up a little bit here in the bottom of the 5th and get things going. And couldn't have asked for a better start from Hammond, roping one down the left field line. Perfect bunt down the first baseline. Great play by the catcher. Great play by the catcher to get the out at first base. But a perfect sack bunt for Ryan Moore.
Got to get him on, over, and in.
Exactly. Got to manufacture runs.
Chargers, the second baseman, number 4, Kenson Wilcox.
So that moves Hammond to second base on the sack bunt from Moore, bringing up Kenson Wilcox, who went down looking in the 3rd inning. Hammond's pinch runner on second base. 1 out. Wilcox takes a strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Be nice if he can find a little bit of action in the 3-4 hole potentially, stay back on one and take it the other way. Runner from second will score with ease if that's the case. Oh, he hits it. Hits a good one over the shortstop's head. See how aggressive Shepard wants to be. He holds the runner at third, but Wilcox, very smart base running, advances to second. Decided to overthrow the cutoff throw at home. Shepard made a good decision holding Shamley at third base. That allows Wilcox to take second base on the throw, and now the Chargers are in a great position. We're rolling it back to the top of the lineup. The bottom of the lineup did their job. They roll it to Hunter Rayburn. He's got second and third with 1 out. Just got to put the ball in play here. See what happens. Put a charge into one that's even better, but just manufacture a run.
If I was him right now, I'd be aiming towards the center to right gap. They got a big shift going on, and I don't think they would be able to cover it in time, which could lead to a triple or an inside the Parker.
That would be great. You've got to approach just like I do. I like the opposite way. So he misses low and outside. This is the first time the Chargers have really put pressure on Hall tonight, so we'll see how he does. But he misses. He bounces a curveball in there low and outside to fall behind. 1 ball, no strikes to Rayburn. He hits it to right center, and it's hit pretty well. That should score the run from third and move Wilcox to third. So Shamley scores with ease with no throw. So that brings it to 3-2. Very productive at bat from Rayburn, who goes the opposite way to right center. Right fielder makes the out, but he gets the sac fly, scoring Shamley, the pinch runner for Hammond from third base. That allows Wilcox to move up to third.
Number 7, Devin
So productive at bat from Rayburn. Now we'll see if Paxton can come through and tie the game for the Chargers, or at least pass the torch to Zach Derrick. He swings and misses for the first strike. So 3-2. Chargers trailing 3-2 after the sac fly from Rayburn that scored Shamley. Paxton swings out of his shoes on that one, but swings through it. So now it's no balls, 2 strikes. Just needs to stay back and put the ball in play, put some pressure on the defense, make them make a play with a man on third base. Any kind of boot, Paxton's going to beat it out and score that run from third. Misses outside off the catcher's mitt, but he corrals it quickly, keeping Wilcox at third base, so that brings it to a 1-2 count. Chargers close the gap to 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. And Paxton swings through it for the, and he, I I think the catcher tagged him. It was a drop third strike, but catcher tagged him before he could get out of the box. So that ends the inning, but the Chargers do claw back a run, bringing it to 3-2 as we head to the top of the sixth. The Chiefs will have, let's see, they will be at the 6, 7, 8 spot with Levi Johnson, Logan Johnson, and Drew Sasser coming up. Again, Chargers get one run back, makes it 3-2 as we head to the top of the sixth, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back as we head to the top of the sixth. Another move when Hammond came in to pitch last inning that sent Zach Derrick to right field and brought the right fielder Hunter Rayburn into third base, which is where he spent most of the year last year. Started almost every game at third base for the Chargers as a freshman. So that's going to bring up Levi Johnson for the Chiefs. Hammond misses up and in with a curveball. So that brings it to a 1-ball, no strike count. Levi Johnson up to the plate, who had a double in the first inning. Hits a ball down the third baseline. Hunter Rayburn makes an he calls him safe.
Oh, my God.
That was a top 10 worthy play if he gets the call at first there. Makes a diving play down the third baseline. That one could have went either way at first. Shepard out to talk to the first base umpire.
As he should right now.
Oaks was convinced that he got him at first. I'm not sure that you get the call overturned, but Shepard taking up for his boys there and fires him up a little bit. He heads back to the dugout, and the ruling is not changing on the field, but Rayburn with an incredible play at third. If he doesn't get a glove on that, that's an easy stand-up double for Johnson. And the fact that as a sophomore he made that laser of a throw across the infield, that was impressive.
That's some major league play right there.
That was top 10 worthy for sure. And he easily could have gotten the call. That was a bang-bang play that could have went either way, and neither team really had a foot to stand on there either way. So Hammond misses up and in. Squares to bunt, misses up and in again. Now they've got the runner in a pickle. But the throw bounces into Paxton at second base, allows the runner to make it into second. So I wouldn't rule that a stolen base. It's more of a indifference play. A little bit of I'm not sure if that was even a delayed steal or he just got caught in a rundown. But it worked for him.
I think Frisbee tried to back pick him, and then he got off too far and realized he was stuck out there.
Yep, I think you're right. And that one bounces in. Frisbee does a good job of keeping it in front of him, keeping the runner at second. Nobody out, man on second. Logan Johnson at the plate, who's 0 for 2, grounded it back to Derrick in the second inning and then struck out swinging. Squares to bunt, bunts it hard back to Hammond, doesn't even look at third, takes the out at first, which is a smart play, take the out when it's given. Flips it to Wilcox, who was covering first for Oaks, who was charging in on the bunt. So that gives us one out, but that does move the runner over to third on a sack bunt, sack 1-3 bunt. So that's one out. That brings up Drew Sasser, the first baseman for the Chiefs. He is 0 for 1. He grounded out to second and then walked in his second at bat. Infield, Shepard brings the infield in at all positions. Hammond paints the outside corner with a beautiful fastball. Couldn't have painted it any better. Strikeout here would be massive for the Chargers. Let's see if he can stay ahead of Sasser, who's a left-handed hitter facing the right-handed Hammond. Throws a pretty curveball, seeing if he would chase it. Bounces in there. Frisbee keeps it in front of him, and Sasser lays off the pitch, so that brings it to a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Sasser's back foot is on the very back line of the batter's box. He's way back in the box. He gets the outside corner again. If I'm Hammond, I'm living out there.
Yeah.
You're getting a couple inches off the plate out there consistently. He's calling it both ways, but I'm taking advantage of that if I'm Hammond. 1-2 count.
Oh, good job, Kenson.
Ground ball to Wilcox, who makes a very good diving play, but due to the dive, he's unable to get the runner at home plate, but he takes the out at first base, gets the out, flips it to Oaks for the second out, but that does score a run. So it'll be a 4-3 put out for the second out. Excellent play by Wilcox to get the out. Hard hit ground ball infield in. He makes a diving play to his left to take a hit away. 2 outs, nobody on now for Tristan Tipton, who fouls one straight back. Hammond ahead. No balls, 1 strike. Tipton was hit by a pitch in his first at bat and struck out looking in his second at bat, so he's 0 for 1 on the night. Hammond ahead, no balls, 1 strike. Setting up outside. He throws it outside. He's not going to get that far off the plate, but that's a good pitch on a no ball, 1 strike count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty. Chiefs got the run back, so now they're up 4-2. Hammond comes in with a fastball. It's fouled down the third baseline. So now he's ahead 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Derek was able to punch out Tipton on a strike 3 looking in his last at bat. We'll see if Hammond can follow suit and get the Chargers out of the inning and back to the plate. Tries to get him to take the bait on the outside curveball, but he lays off. That brings it to a 2 ball, 2 strike count. 2 outs, nobody on. Comes inside.
Oh.
Fouls it into the Charger dugout. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I thought that hit somebody in the dugout.
Keeping them on their toes over there.
Yeah.
So he's crowding the plate. Hammond delivering from the stretch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Throws a curveball outside. Oh. If Frisbee was able to hang on to that pitch, we'd probably get the strike 3 call, but it falls. So it's full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Umpire wanted to pull the trigger on that one, but he held off with the drop. So now it's a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And he punches him out on the next pitch. So Tipton goes down looking for 3 outs, but the Chiefs do scratch 1 run to go back up 4-2. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, we've got Zach Derrick, Tyler Oaks, and Aiden Plemons. So the Chargers have 3, 4, 5. Couldn't ask for a better spot in the lineup to be up as we're down 2 runs, 4-2, heading to the bottom of the 6th, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, we've got Zach Derrick, Tyler Oaks, Aiden Plemons coming up. Derrick is 0 for 2, but he takes the first pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Chargers trail 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Got our 3, 4, 5 up. Hangs the curveball, misses up and in, so 2 balls, no strikes. Hall still in the game for the Chiefs. I don't have his pitch count, but I feel like he's thrown quite a few pitches, so this is a good chance for the Chargers to get at him. And it doesn't look like they have anybody in the bullpen. So it's 3 balls, no strikes. Good start for Derrick. If he can get on and get it to Big Tyler, he put a charge into his last one. That could be a game-changing swing. Derek takes it low for a 4-pitch walk.
Gotta put it on early.
So it's a great start when you're trying to claw back in the bottom of the 6th, trailing by 2. You got to have your leadoff man on. You couldn't ask for a better start than a 4-pitch walk.
25, T.O. Tyler Oaks.
So now we're going to have a mound visit from the Chiefs. Figured that was coming after that. I can't tell if they've got anybody up down there, but I got to imagine he's on a short leash here.
Yeah.
I'd say we see one more runner. I'd say he'll probably be coming out if I was guessing. So we got Tyler Oaks coming up with Zach Derrick, who just reached first on a 4-pitch walk. Oaks is 0 for 2. He struck out in the first inning, but he put a good charge into one in his second at bat, flying out to center field, who made a good play over in the right center field gap. Right fielder's only about 5 or 6 steps off the right field line over here. Now he shades back towards the scoreboard. But that right center gap is huge and could easily score Derrick from first if he puts a charge into it. Oaks comes out swinging, but he fools him on a changeup on the first pitch, so he's down no balls, 1 strike.
If Tyler gets a hold of one right here, it's going for a ride.
It's getting cooler
Yeah.
as we're coming. The ball starts to fly at night, so you never know what could happen. But I think that's what Oaks has in his mind because he swung through another off-speed pitch there. But now he's got to change his approach a little bit.
Keep it simple and sweet.
So he's down no balls, 2 strikes. Derrick on first base. Shortstop playing double play depth, but second baseman still staying over there.
There we go.
And there it is. Oaks stays back and peppers one through the 5-6 hole as the shortstop was favoring towards second base. So that's a single for Oaks, who stayed back on a good changeup. So that puts men on first and second. Your 3-4 hole hitters did their job. They got this inning started. So that rolls it to Aiden Plemons, who has some pop.
In the order for the Chargers, number 1, Aiden Plemons.
So in his first at bat, he went down looking, then he grounded out to short, so he's due here. So we've got Zach Derrick on second, who reached on a 4-pitch walk. Then Oaks stayed back and got an 0-2 single. That's a big on 0-2 hits or killers. Plemons turns to bunt, fouls it straight back. That's conservative from Shepard. That really doesn't fit his MO. I'm surprised Plemons isn't swinging away, but that is good if you bring both men into scoring position. Trust the next guy up in the lineup. But that 3-4 hole was huge. Again, same thing as it was with Oaks. He pulls back, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Oaks on first, Derrick on second as the Chargers look to claw back into this game, trailing 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Plemons 1 ball, 1 strike count. Not holding Oaks on at first, so he has a large lead at first base. Turns and doesn't throw into second, so Derrick back standing up.
I'd be toying with the pitcher right now, trying to get a balk.
That would be nice. So Plemons does not square to bunt. He takes a strike, a little up and out, Plemons thought. But it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, so now he's definitely swinging away. Plemons can get down the line, so it's not a given double play if he hits something up the middle. He'll be hustling out of the box.
Oh, boy.
Takes the fastball up, so it brings it to a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Zach Derrick on second base, Tyler Oaks on first. Aiden Plemons at the plate. Hangs a curveball, but he swings through it. Took a good, healthy hack at it, but he swings through it for the first out.
We got to get these guys in right here.
6th spot in the batting order for the Chargers, number 22, Corbin Frisbee.
So that brings up Corbin Frisbee, the catcher, number 22. He's 0 for 2 tonight, reaching on an error in his last at bat.
Oh, advance.
Wild pitch there, gets over the catcher's head. It bounced quickly back to him. I don't think he expected the runners to be taken off on a quick rebound like that, but both runners got a really good break, and Derrick slides in, dives into third base, Oaks into second, standing up. So now it works like Plemons got the bunt down. So now we're right back to men in scoring position with 1 out. So now Frisbee has to put this ball in play. They're going to concede the run at home if it's hit up. Nope, now they're changing their mind. So they're bringing the infield in.
Small blooper right here can get both guys in right here.
Hangs a curveball for a second pitch strike, so that brings it to 1 ball, 1 strike. You got to put this ball in play if you're Frisbee. Make something happen. Chargers down 4-2. A hit likely ties the game. Lays off an up and out pitch, so 2 balls, 1 strike. That's a pitch that the pitchers have been getting tonight, so the Chargers will take that. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count for Frisbee. Hall working out of the windup, so Derek's getting a pretty good lead down there. Just misses it, fouls it straight back into the net. So that brings us to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Derek on third, Oaks on second. Corbin Frisbee at the plate. He's 0 for 2, reaching on an error and a strikeout. Needs to put this ball in play, manufacture a run for the Chargers. And he does just that. He hits it well into center field. That should be well deep enough to score Derek. They don't even attempt to throw home. He misses the cutoff at short, but that keeps Oaks at second. So Frisbee with a sac fly to center field that cuts the lead to 4-3. So Frisbee gets the job done, but that does bring the Chargers to 2 outs.
For the Chargers,
Oaks at second. Derek scored on the sac fly. So that brings Bryce Hammond, who had a really good swing last time, but now this will be the second mound visit of the inning, so we're going to see a new pitcher coming in for Sequoyah. Hammond hit the ball very well last time for a single and ended up scoring. So now it looks like we're going to see the shortstop coming in to pitch. That's going to be Josh Britton. We'll see where it looks like Hall is going to replace him at short. So Hall will stay in the game, move to shortstop, and we're going to have Josh Britton coming in to pitch, who was playing short for the Chiefs. So a little recap, we had Zach Derrick reach on a 4-pitch walk. Tyler Oaks stayed back and hit a 2-strike single through the 5-6 hole. Clemens went down with a strikeout, and then we had a wild pitch that moved both runners up to second and third. Corbin Frisbee does his job, hits a fly ball out to center field for a sac fly, scoring the run, closing the gap to 4-3. So now Chargers with a runner in scoring position with Oaks at second, trailing 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th with a new pitcher coming in. So we'll see how he takes to that new turf mound. So we'll see. But again, we'll take this time to say thank you to our sponsors. That was Bojangles with the pregame meal, and then TennesseeWon'tBeSilent.com. Again, check out their website. Very good cause, and we greatly appreciate them for making this broadcast possible. Without them, we wouldn't be here and be able to provide this to you. So thank you for joining us tonight. It's myself, Ethan Starr, along with 2023 graduate Spencer Skidmore. We're going to take a quick break while Britton warms up, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We just had a pitching change, bringing shortstop Josh Britton in to pitch for the Chiefs. He misses low and outside as it bounces in. Got Bryce Hammond up, hitting with Tyler Oaks on second base. Chargers currently trail 4-3. Came into the inning trailing 4-2. Scored on a Corbin Frisbee sac fly to center field, scoring Zach Derrick. Base hit here could tie the game. Britton throws a fastball right down the middle. Hammonds takes for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Hammond had a big single last time, then came around to score. He's making good contact tonight. He put in his first at bat, he put a good charge out into right field. That ball also bounces in, so 2 balls, 1 strike. Having 2 base runners this inning was big for the Chargers, irregardless of what happens here. Now the top of the lineup gets to hit in the 7th, but hopefully that's not needed, and we can take advantage of this right here. Oh, Hammond fouls one back into the mid of the catcher. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second, and Oaks. Chargers trailing 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Nothing like opening day good baseball to watch. Can't beat it. Could beat it if the Chargers make a good run right here.
True.
Puts the ball in play. New shortstop who just came off the mound, but he makes the play at first base, retiring Hammond on a 6-3 putout. So that ends the inning, leaving Oaks stranded at second. But the Chargers do scratch 1 run to close the gap to 4-3. We're going to head to the top of the 7th. The Chiefs are back at the top of their lineup as well, with Ashton Stamey, Josh Britton, and Ryan Hall. Chargers trailing 4-3, heading to the top of the 7th. Hammond is remaining in the game on the hill, and we will be right back. All right, welcome back. Thank you for joining us again tonight on Bogus Videography. Wouldn't be possible without our sponsor in Tennessee, Won'tBeSilent.com. Go check them out, support their cause. Thank you for allowing this broadcast to be possible. I'm joined tonight, this is Ethan Starr, joined by Spencer Skidmore, 2023 graduate from the Charger baseball team. Home on spring break from King. So he's playing baseball up there, representing Chargers up there. And happy he could join us on the air tonight. So Hammond falls behind, 1 ball, no strikes. Misses outside, so 2 balls, no strikes. Leadoff man Ashton Stamey at the plate for the Chiefs, playing left field, wearing number 12. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Struck out looking his first at bat, struck out swinging his second at bat, and grounded out to Paxton at short last inning, or in the 5th inning, for his third at 0 for 3. Hammond fools him with a curveball there to get it to a 2 ball, 1 strike count. It's always good when you can trust your curveball on a 2 ball, no strike count. Not many people can do that.
Yeah, and the movement he's got on it is really nice. I can tell he's been working on it a lot lately.
That is his go-to pitch. So he throws it again there, gets a swinging strike. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes back with it a third time and gets the call on the outside corner. So backwards K to start the inning. So that is absolutely his punch-out pitch right there. And he gets the lenience on the outside corner for strike 3. That brings up Josh Britton, who's now in the game pitching for the Chiefs. He is 0 for 2 on the night, reaching on a walk, grounded out to the pitcher, and then reached on an error by the shortstop. Hammond misses low and outside to make it 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Bounces a curveball in there, 2 balls, no strikes, but no big deal. He fell behind 2 balls, no strikes last at bat and was able to battle back to get the punch out. 2 balls, no strikes. Bounces a fastball in there this time, so falls behind 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Josh Britton, the pitcher for Sequoyah, he started at shortstop, moved into pitch last inning, wearing number 6. Hammond gets the 3-0 strike on the outside corner. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Gets the inside corner with a fastball, so now he battles back once again to 3 balls, 2 strikes. He showed both sides of the plate. He went outside, then back inside, now setting up outside again.
There we go.
Punches out again.
Great pitch.
So great battle by Hammond. Once again, he falls behind 2 balls, no strikes, and battles back for the strikeout looking. So that's 2 outs. Back-to-back backwards Ks for the Chiefs. And that brings up Ryan Hall, who was the pitcher, recently moved to shortstop last inning.
Good pitch.
Gets the call on the curveball there, so no balls, 1 strike.
Curveball on top of the zone. Wasn't nice.
It's a dangerous one, but when you get it, it's a good one. But you're definitely not looking for a curveball right there. And probably taken all the way, honestly.
Yeah.
So Hall is 1 for 3. He hit into a double play to end the first inning, grounded out to short in the 4th, and then had a single in the 5th. He's hitting here in the top of the 7th. Hammond ahead, no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Paints the outside corner with a curveball.
Nasty movement.
He's got very good variance between his fastball and his curveball, too. There's a lot of speed difference there, and that's hard to adjust to as a hitter. So now he's flipped the script, and he's no balls, 2 strikes. Tries to test it even more on the outside corner. Doesn't get that, but I can't say I blame him for trying it out. So he bounces a curveball in there. 1 ball, 2 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. Bounces another one outside, so now we're back to a 2 ball, 2 strike count, 2 outs. Got to think you're going to see his curveball again. That's his go-to pitch. It's been tough to hit for the Chiefs tonight, so I got to think it's coming here. Sets up low and outside, and there it is. And he stays back on it. Left fielder was shaded towards the gap, so there's a lot of room down the left field line. He's going to second, throws it to the cutoff man, but he beats it in at second. Throw gets away, but Oaks is there to back it up.
Good job being there.
So that was big. It's the little things you don't think about right there. So Oaks was in a good position to back it up, but that gives Ryan Hall a double down the left field line. So that brings up Luke Brackett. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Looks like we're probably going to get a pinch runner on second. Hall is no longer in the game pitching, so it will be a sub for a pinch runner. Looks like it's number 26.
Courtesy runner on second base, number 26, Aaron Hunt.
Number 26, Aaron Hunt, coming into the game to pinch run. That's going to bring Shepard out to the mound to talk with Hammond. He's bringing all of his infield in for a quick discussion. So a little bit of a recap. Chargers trailing 4-3, but Hammond with back-to-back punch-outs in the top of the 7th. And then a double with nobody on by Sequoiah's Ryan Hall. That brings us to where we're at right now with the mound visit. So we had a double by Ryan Hall, 2 outs, runner on second. Pinch runner came in the game, Aaron Hunt. And now that brings up Luke Brackett, who's the catcher for the Chiefs. On the night, he is 0 for 2 with a walk. So he grounded out to short, and then walked and came around to score in the 4th, and then grounded out to second in the 5th. Now he's hitting with a runner on second. Aaron Hunt with an aggressive lead at second, but Hammond not too concerned about him. First pitch right down the middle to get ahead. No balls, 1 strike. Got to get ahead in that spot. That's a good pitch. Wilcox holding Hunt at second. Bounces back. Oh, he doesn't get the call. He's been getting that all night, so that's a tough break. But that was a really good pitch. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball doesn't get the call on the outside corner. Comes back with a fastball in the outside corner, doesn't get that one either. So 2 balls, 1 strike, but Hammond has shown he can battle from behind as he fell behind 2 balls, no strikes to both the leadoff and the second hitter, getting backwards Ks on both. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Fastball inside leaks on him, so he hits him, but that's not the end of the world. Now you got the force play at second or third, either one. So that puts men on first and second after the hit by pitch. That'll bring up Bryson Raper, who's the center fielder for the Chiefs. He is 0 for 2 on the night with a walk. He grounded out to third, walked, and then popped up to Oaks at first in the fifth. But now he's hitting with men on first and second, 2 outs. Hammond still on the bump for the Chargers, choosing not to hold him on at first base. Falls behind, 1 ball, no strikes.
On first base, number 8, Maddox Jones.
Hammond a little frustrated, but he needs to take a deep breath. He's done well all night. Don't let things fall off the tracks. He's done very well. Then he gets a swinging strike, so that's big. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Men on first and second for the Chiefs as the Chargers trail 4-3 in the top of the 7th. Misses up and out just barely. So 2 balls, 1 strike. You still got every pitch in your arsenal right here that you can throw on a 2 ball, 1 strike count. He's shown he doesn't even care to throw a curveball on a 3-0 count. So he can show everything. He has all the cards right now.
Oh!
Another hard hit ball into the dugout of the Chargers, but a good play over there.
So I think that got a hold of somebody in there.
Oh, did it? Wake him up over there. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Men on first and second. Bryson Raper, the center fielder for the Chiefs, up to hit. Hammond steps off, collects himself. Now he toes the rubber again to get ready to fire this 2-2 pitch. Frisbee set up on the outside corner. Curveball paints the outside corner for strike 3.
Excellent.
That's big as Hammond strikes out the side and leaves 2 runners stranded, 2 looking and 1 swinging. And that will end the inning. So now we head to the bottom of the 7th. Chargers trailing 4-3. We're going to be led off by Ryan Moore, Kenson Wilcox, and then it'll roll to the top of the lineup with Hunter Rayburn. We'll be right back to see what the Chargers can do in the 7th.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, welcome back. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. Pinch hitting for Ryan Moore.
Leading off for the Chargers. Pinch hitter for Ryan Moore, number 6, Zane Lehman.
Number 6, Zane Lehman. Left-handed hitter pinch hitting for Ryan Moore. Takes a pitch low and outside for ball 1. Need to either get Lehman or Wilcox on here to roll it to Hunter Rayburn with a man on base. He swings through to make it a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Nobody out. Pinch hitter Lehman up to hit. Takes a very lenient strike on the outside corner. But he's been calling it both ways all night long. Very consistent. Now he crowds the plate on a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Swing and a miss. So strike 3. Lehman goes down swinging. To start the 7th, that brings up Kenson Wilcox, who's 1 for 2 tonight. He had a big single last inning
Kenson Wilcox.
in the 5th.
Kenson needs to get on right here any way possible.
He hits it well to left field, but the left fielder hasn't played perfectly. So 1 pitch, fly out, F7, 2 outs, but that does roll it to the top of the lineup with Hunter Rayburn, who has proven last year he led the team in home runs with 3 at a really pitchers-friendly park. That's impressive. So no first pitch here to Hunter Rayburn, who is 1 for 2 tonight. He had a led off the game with a double in the first, reached on an error in the 3rd, and then had a sac fly in the 5th. 1 ball, no strikes. Swinging, pop up into the infield in foul territory, but it catches the dugout. So third baseman trying to play a little ricochet off the dugout, but I don't think you're going to get that call.
Don't think that's how that works.
So valiant effort, though.
Yeah.
So Rayburn comes back into the box, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Chargers have who they want up to hit. He hit .302 for him as a freshman last year, led the team in home runs, promoted up to the leadoff spot this year, and having a very good game tonight.
There we go.
And he does his job. He gets a single over the shortstop's head. Got to have that tying run on base. So leadoff man does his job. Hunter Rayburn, with his 2nd hit of the game, is a single to left field.
2nd spot in the order for the Chargers, number 7, Devin Paxton.
And that rolls it to Devin Paxton, the shortstop. He had an RBI single in the 1st, popped up to shortstop, and then went down swinging in the 5th. Now he's hitting with the tying run on 1st, and Rayburn, they're holding him on at 1st. He's swinging, fouls it down the right field line, so falls behind, no balls, 1 strike. Very aggressive approach from Paxton. I can't imagine that we'll see Rayburn moving on the pitch, but he can make a threat if the ball does get into the gap, especially right center field. That gap's huge. Paxton hits a fly ball out to center field, and that'll do it. The Chiefs reel it in for the 3rd out. Chargers fall 4-3 on opening night, but a good night. Just had some tough breaks. Especially tough breaks in the 4th inning. But that's first game with a lot of new faces in the lineup, so we got a lot to learn from the very first game. Proud of the effort the Chargers showed. Anything you got to add, Spencer?
From what I've seen so far, because I came the other day to hit with a bunch of the guys, and I see a lot of great potential that's going to be coming if they just get comfortable with the game and, speed things up from middle school, some of the freshmen. But it's looking very promising for them in the field and on the mound everywhere.
It's exciting to see so many young faces, like you said. We've got a couple of freshmen in the starting lineup, several sophomores that started last year, and your 2 big horses back on the mound. So the season is promising for the Chargers. First game of the year, get the jitters out of the way. We'll be back here tomorrow night. So hope you'll join us again tomorrow night as we come back to Central Chargers Field here. With that being said, I want to say another thank you to TennesseeWon'tBeSilent.com. We really appreciate their sponsorship tonight for making this happen. Thank you to Bojangles for the pregame meal for the Chargers. Chargers drop a tough one 4-3 to the Chiefs. Chiefs had 2 unearned runs, and that proved to be the difference in the game. So there's a lot of exciting stuff. Looking forward to the rest of the year. For now, this is Ethan Starr and Spencer Skidmore signing off. We appreciate you joining us tonight.